Hey, what happened?
What's up guys, James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com. Yesterday, April 1st, also known as April Fool's Day, a lot of people got pranked and trolled, including a lot of you guys who saw my Black Dessert first look. And if for some reason you didn't, make sure you go check that out so you too can be trolled. Hopefully some of you guys sent that to your friends to troll them too. But to be fair, I did put some updated information about Black Desert, the real one, in the description of that video, including North American beta info. So it wasn't a complete letdown, just, 90% or so. Anyway, MMOHuts wasn't the only ones pranking their communities, and to be honest, this year was quite the troll fest in the gaming community, even in our slice of the industry. So instead of filling up next week's weekly recap with a bunch of pranks, I figured I'd compile the best video pranks that we came across into one single recap. Now, there's all kinds of different April Fool's jokes being played this year. A lot of the time it's fake videos, but sometimes it's actually fun, like Earth Mode, or League of Legends, or this year Smite had a match of the day that actually took place in the Conquest map, where you could choose any god with repeats, so you can pick the same god over and over again, except that the players didn't realize that they were actually choosing the gods for the opposing team. It was reverse. Seems pretty fun, actually. I didn't get the chance to play this one, even though I played Smite yesterday, I just didn't notice. But, similar to Earth Mode, the community wants it back for a more permanent match of the day, so maybe Hi-Rez will do it. Who knows? Oh, and I'm pretty sure the flying spaghetti monster showed up in the launcher again. I can't wait until that's actually a god. But yeah, League of Legends brought back its infamous Earth Mode, but with some crazy changes, of course, giving players access to all of the champions for it. The new Ultra Rapid Fire mode, Nerf mode, was just an underlying prank. Plus 200% cooldown inflation, plus 225 movement speed reduction. Yeah, that's way too far out there to even make sense. But the rest was available to play, and apparently it was absolutely glorious. They even made an esports broadcast parody video, complete with a very impressive mock-up tournament to showcase it, and also went as far as making this new login screen with some really badass music to go along with it to show off Earth, of course. The good news for most is that Earth Mode is still playable from now until April 13th, but I guess the bad news here is that it's not actually here to stay permanently, like most people want. Instead, they've decided to make it a yearly community event on April Fools, changing it a little each time, maybe. I don't know, they've got merchandising and all kinds of stuff, so definitely gonna stick around somehow. On that note, Infinite Crisis had a hilarious new behind the voice video. This time it was the voice behind Krypto, aka Superdog. Bet you can figure out how that goes.
There's one line that speaks to my soul, that Krypto does. I feel as if I know him.
And of course, both SpeedRunners and Everquest Next Landmark thought it would be productive and delightful to add retro graphics to their games. Now, honestly, it would be funny if they actually applied it to the game for a short period of time and didn't tell anybody. Talk about making people rage and end up with a headache. It's pretty much unplayable at this point. Unless, for some reason, you're still somehow using a CRT monitor. Then it might actually show up just fine. But speaking of not very practical, what about VR and smartwatch technology integration into your mobile gaming? Sounds pretty cool. Spacetime Studios understands the importance of emerging markets of virtual reality and smartwatch technology, so they decided to capitalize on this and take their new game, Call of Champions, into the future, giving players the ability to control their champions with body movement, biometrics, voice, and blinking commands. Yeah, clearly it seems to work out flawlessly. Now that I think of it, honestly, like Earth Mode in League of Legends, really fun alternative game modes are born on April Fools. Well, sometimes, not all the time, but this time, World of Tanks had some interesting ideas. One of them, at least, seems like it's actually really fun, because it's real. For the Xbox version of World of Tanks, you can battle on the moon with freaking lasers, low gravity and high speeds. Who doesn't want that? That actually makes the game fun. No offense. This one actually isn't a joke, so you can actually start playing this one on April 3rd. I'm not sure why it didn't start on April 1st. Who knows? The other idea was for the PC version of the game, and it takes place underwater, in what they like to call Water World of Tanks. Haha, I see what you did there. Not quite as cool as the moon, that's for sure, and it's also not an actual game mode. But it's also not as corny as Black Desert. So they got me there. And the same thing goes for War Thunder in their walking tanks. Freaking awesome design and really well done with the trailer here, but unfortunately it's not an actual game mode. I really wanted to try out these mechs against regular tanks. That would be awesome. The funny thing I got out of this though is, since it's supposed to be an April Fool's joke, the joke should be that they plan to actually put these in the game, and you know, obviously that would make it pay to win. That's probably what the underlying concept of what they're going for. But I've got to hand it to them, they did put a lot of effort into the trailer. No doubt about that. I do think, on the other hand, Mech Warrior had that idea in mind, with their basically civilian issue, what they call UrbanMech. This cute little guy here, the Death Blossom. This guy may be small, but he sure packs a punch. What's funny is how far they take that. It's a little over the top. But it's not quite as over the top as my personal favorite, and it happens to be for Dying Light. It's their important public service announcement that they're temporarily kicking up the physics on killing zombies. I really wish I would have seen this a little sooner so I could hop in and play this, but it was only for yesterday and I was a little late to the show. Regardless, it's very entertaining. Even the trailer for this is really fun to watch. So each year on April Fools we see some funny stuff, cool temporary game modes, some of which we really want to stick around, like Earth mode, and of course some that just plain let us down hard. Thanks for watching, guys. Share with us in the comments below your favorite April Fool's stuff from 2015. And until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.